Welcome back to Usha's Glory channel. I want to welcome you back. We're going to do part 2 of Deuteronomy. That's on page 180 of the Sefer, where you can break out your Bible. It'll be chapter 6 in Deuteronomy. Now these are the commandments and the statutes and judgments which Yahuwah Elohim commanded to teach you, that you might do them in the land whither ye go to possess it, that you might fear Yahuwah Elohim, to guard his statutes and his commandments, which I command you, you and your son and your son's son, all the days of your life, and that your days may be prolonged. Hear therefore, O Yasharal, and guard to do it, that it may be well with you, and that you may increase mightily, as Yahuwah Elohim of your fathers has promised you, in the land that flows with milk and honey. Hear, O Yasharal, Yahuwah Eloheinu, Yahuwah is one. And you shall love Yahuwah Elohim with all your heart, and with all your soul, and with all your might. And these words which I command you this day shall be in your heart. And you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house, and when you walk by the way, and when you lie down, and when you rise up. And you shall bind them for a sign upon your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. And you shall write them upon the posts of your house and on your gates. And it shall be, when Yahuwah Elohim shall have brought you into the land which he swore unto your fathers, to Abraham, Yitzhak, and Yaakov, to give you great and goodly cities which you built not, and houses full of all good things which you filled not, and wells dug which you dug not, vineyards and olive trees which you planted not. When you shall have eaten and be full, then beware, lest you forget Yahuwah, which brought you forth out of the land of Mitzrayim from the house of bondage. You shall fear Yahuwah Elohim and serve him, and shall swear by his name. You shall not go after other Elohim of the people which are round about you, for Yahuwah Elohim is a jealous El among you, lest the anger of Yahuwah Elohim be kindled against you, and destroy you from off the face of the earth. You shall not tempt Yahuwah Elohim, as you tempted him in Makkah. You shall diligently guard his commandments, the commandments of Yahuwah Elohim, and his testimonies and his statutes which he has commanded you. And you shall do that which is right and good in the sight of Yahuwah, that it may be well with you, and that you may go in and possess the good land which Yahuwah swore unto your fathers, to cast out all your enemies from before you, as Yahuwah has spoken. And when your son asks you in time to come, saying, what mean the testimonies and the statutes and the judgments which Yahuwah Elohim has commanded you? Then you shall say unto your son, we were Pharaoh's bondmen in Mitzrayim, and Yahuwah brought us out of Mitzrayim with a mighty hand. And Yahuwah showed signs and wonders great and sore upon Mitzrayim, upon Pharaoh and upon all his household, before our eyes. And he brought us out from thence, that he might bring us in to give us the land which he swore unto our fathers. And Yahuwah commanded us to do these statutes, to fear Yahuwah Elohim for our good always, and that he might preserve us alive, as it is at this day. And it shall be our righteousness if we guard to do all these commandments before Yahuwah Elohim, as he has commanded us. Chapter 7. When Yahuwah Elohim shall bring you into the land whither you go to possess it, and has cast out many nations before you, the Chittim and the Girgashim, the Emerim, Kenaanim, and the Perazim, and the Shivim, and the Yevusim, 7 nations, greater and mightier than you. And when Yahuwah Elohim shall deliver them before you, you shall smite them, and utterly destroy them. You shall make no covenant with them, nor show mercy unto them. Neither shall you make marriages with them. Your daughter shall not be given unto their son, nor his daughter shall you take unto your son. For they will turn away your son from following me, that they may serve other Elohim, and so will the anger of Yahuwah be kindled against you and destroy you suddenly. But thus shall you deal with them. You shall destroy their altars, and break down their images, and cut down their Asherah poles, and burn their graven images with fire. For you are a holy people unto Yahuwah Elohika. Yahuwah Elohika has chosen you to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Yahuwah did not set his love upon you, nor choose you because you were more in number than any people. For you were the fewest of all people, but because Yahuwah loved you, and because he would guard the oath which he'd sworn unto your fathers, this is why Yahuwah has brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondmen, from the hand of the Pharaoh, the king of the Mitzrayim. Know therefore that Yahuwah Elohika, he is Elohim, the faithful El, which guards his covenant and mercy with them that love him and guard his commandments to 1,000 generations, and repays them that hate him to their face, to destroy them. He will not be slack to him that hates him. He will repay him to his face. You shall therefore guard the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which I command you this day, to do them. Wherefore it shall come to pass, if you hearken to these judgments, and guard and do them, that Yahuwah Elohika shall guard unto you the covenant and the mercy which he swore unto your fathers. And he will love you, and bless you, and multiply you, and he will also bless the fruit of your womb, and the fruit of your land, your grain and your wine, your oil, the increase of your kine, and the flocks of your sheep, in the land which he swore unto your fathers to give you. You shall be blessed above all people. There shall not be male or female barren among you or among your cattle. And Yahuwah will take away from you all sickness, and will put none of the evil diseases of Mitzrayim, which you know, upon you, but will lay them upon all them that hate you. And you shall consume all the people which Yahuwah Elohika shall deliver to you. Your eye shall have no pity upon them, neither shall you serve their Elohim, for that will be a snare unto you. If you shall say in your heart, these nations are more than I, how can I dispossess them? You shall not be afraid of them, but shall well remember what Yahuwah Elohika did unto Pharaoh and unto all Mitzrayim. The great temptations which your eyes saw, and the signs and the wonders and the mighty hand and the stretched out arm whereby Yahuwah Elohika brought you out, so shall Yahuwah Elohika do unto all the people of whom you are afraid. Moreover, Yahuwah Elohika will send the hornet among them, until they that are left and hide themselves from you be destroyed. You shall not be frightened at them, for Yahuwah Elohika is among you, a mighty El, and terrible. And Yahuwah Elohika will put out those nations before you, little by little. You may not consume them all at once, lest the beasts of the field increase upon you. But Yahuwah Elohika shall deliver them unto you, and shall destroy them with a mighty destruction, until they be destroyed. And he shall deliver their kings into your hand, and you shall destroy their name from under heaven. There shall no man be able to stand before you until you have destroyed them. The graven images of their Elohim shall you burn with fire. You shall not desire the silver or the gold that is on them, nor take it unto you, lest you be snared therein. For it is an abomination to Yahuwah Eloheka, and neither shall you bring an abomination into your house, lest you be a cursed thing like it. But you shall utterly detest it, and you shall utterly abhor it, for it is a cursed thing. All the commandments which I command you this day shall you guard to do, that you may live and multiply, and go in and possess the land which Yahuwah swore unto your fathers. And you shall remember all the way which Yahuwah Eloheka led you these 40 years in the wilderness, to humble you and to prove you, to know what was in your heart, whether you would guard his commandments or no. And he humbled you, and suffered you to hunger, and fed you with manna, which you knew not, neither did your fathers know, that he might make you know that man does not live by bread alone, does not live by bread only, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahuwah man lives. Your raiment waxed not old upon you, neither did your foot swell these 40 years. You shall also consider in your heart that as a man chastens his son, so Yahuwah Eloheka chastens you. Therefore you shall guard the commandments of Yahuwah Eloheka, to walk in his ways and to fear him. For Yahuwah Eloheka brings you into a good land, a land of brooks of water, of fountains and depths that spring out of valleys and hills, a land of wheat and barley and vines and fig trees and pomegranates, a land of olive oil and honey, a land wherein you shall eat bread without scarceness. You shall not lack anything in it, a land whose stones are iron, and out of whose hills you may dig brass. When you have eaten and are full, then you shall bless Yahuwah Eloheka for the good land which he has given you. Beware that you forget not Yahuwah Eloheka in not guarding his commandments and his judgments and his statutes which I command you this day, lest when you have eaten and are full, and have built goodly houses and dwell therein, and when your your herds and your flocks are multiplied, and your silver and gold is multiplied, and all that you have is multiplied, then don't let your heart be lifted up, and you forget Yahuwah Eloheka, which brought you forth out of the land of Mitzrayim from the house of bondage, who led you through that great and terrible wilderness, wherein were fiery serpents and scorpions and drought, where there was no water, who brought you forth water out of the rock of flint, who fed you in the wilderness with manna, which your fathers knew not, that he might humble you, and that he might prove you, to do you good at your latter end. Don't let that happen, and you say in your heart that my power and the might of my hand has gotten me this wealth. No, but you shall remember Yahuwah Eloheka, for it is he that gives you power to get wealth, that he may establish his covenant, which he swore unto your fathers, as it is this day. And it shall be, if you do at all forget Yahuwah Eloheka, and walk after other Elohim, and serve them and worship them, I testify against you this day that ye shall surely perish. Just as the nations which Yahuwah destroys before your face, so shall ye perish, because you would not be obedient unto the voice of Yahuwah Elohim. All right, you guys, there it is. Thanks for listening. We'll see you next time.